Hello everybody. So my regular channel viewers are definitely going to laugh about this. On this channel we laugh about how wide the moves are on HIMS on nothing burgers and no news at all. The stock moves up and down. This was hilarious today. So TrumpRX was announced this morning. Apparently it's going to be run with Pfizer only, or it's a Pfizer run thing anyways. The website doesn't exist yet. Government run direct-to-consumer drug website. So anyways, it's like an online pharmacy, right? A digital pharmacy. The market still associates HIMS as only a digital pharmacy. The market hasn't done its homework. And so it thinks, oh, it's going to be the threat because now people are going to move from HIMS to TrumpRX. And so the sector just kind of works like this. What's hilarious is that Pfizer was up 7% on this and HIMS was down 4% on this. And I can only explain these movements as Mr. Market not doing the homework and not understanding that HIMS is much, much more than just an online pharmacy. HIMS is much more than a lot of the other platforms like Amazon Pharmacy, Cost Plus Drugs, right, from Mark Cuban. Now I guess we have TrumpRX. There's a few other ones, even GoodRx. GoodRx is a coupon website, but sometimes it gets confused with HIMS. HIMS is very different from this sector because HIMS has a competitive advantage that's entirely different. It's the business model and it's the brand. The marketing machine is becoming, and I think we can't argue against that right now. Like the marketing machine of HIMS is so good. They have a well-oiled machine. The revenue has been so good. To me, I view the competitive advantage of HIMS as their marketing, their ability to roll out marketing so quickly, to create brands under the HIMS and Hers umbrella. That's becoming more and more part of the HIMS DNA and the HIMS advantage. But the bigger advantage is the business model innovation of HIMS. The business model innovation of HIMS is kind of this equation that I've been using before on the channel. It's an e-doctor on your phone, plus an e-pharmacy that's able to do customization, able to do compounding, and a lot of pharmacies don't do compounding anymore. A lot of people have forgotten about compounding. A lot of doctors don't even know much about compounding and don't really prescribe it that much or that often. So it's e-doctor plus a pharmacy on steroid, a really good pharmacy with a digital doctor, and all of these two are combined, and they're minus insurance. HIMS doesn't take insurance, and so that's the innovation of HIMS. And when you bundle both the medication and the doctor, what that means is that you can create a monthly payment that includes your doctor visit. So that's the problem with the alternatives compared to HIMS. The alternative of HIMS, you still need a doctor to send the prescription, right? If you're going to be wanting to buy on TrumpRX, that's great. But you're still going to need your physician to send the prescription. Now, guess what? I'm sure a lot of, high-end hedge fund managers, all of that, they have doctors on call and stuff like that. Sure, why not? But to the average person, the free doctor visit is the physical, and I can tell you one thing is that oftentimes if you have a middle of the road health situation, you can't get addressed everything in a physical, and you can't really get prescribed and address all of the issues that HIMS provides treatment for. You imagine showing up at your physical and you say, I want to deal with my anxiety, I want to deal with my ED, I want to deal with my hair loss. So what you're going to get is referrals to the dermatologist, referrals to the urologist. You're just going to get referrals. That's what you're going to get, because doctors, they have to write notes and they don't necessarily want to do all of that for your primary physician. So if you have easy to access to a doctor, sure, that's fine. But most likely that doctor visit is going to be between 176 to 480 something at my clinic, right? And it depends on what you ask. So it's going to be hundreds of dollars. And hopefully, if you go for a minor issue, it's going to be 200 and not 400. But you got to pay that, and then you have to, and then you have to hope you get your prescription. Because if you don't get your prescription, you get sent to a specialist, right? You get sent to a specialist, and so a company like HIMS is much more than just a digital pharmacy. It's much more than that. It's the doctor and the pharmacy bundled in a monthly price, like a subscription, like a Netflix. This is why a lot of people compare HIMS to, say, a Netflix subscription. That's the reason why. HIMS disrupts the mom and pop doctor offices as much as it disrupts the local pharmacy, physical pharmacy, your physical CVS, your physical Walgreens, these companies, these 45,000 physical pharmacies in the United States are struggling because people are starting to buy their medications in droves online. But the big distinction between, say, a TrumpRX or a Cost Plus Drugs and HIMS is that HIMS includes the doctor for you. It includes the doctor in your payment for the drug. It bundles everything in a monthly cost. So what makes it HIMS unique? Let's just go over things that, and if you've been following the channel for a long while, you probably know this already. I've been repeating myself. But what makes HIMS unique? And I think the markets needs a reminder of the difference between HIMS and between any new digital pharmacy, that you could find from random companies all over the internet. So what makes them unique, of course, is their aim at disrupting mom-and-pop doctor offices via a network of providers working on digital rails. And they're mostly nurse practitioners, although they do have some MDs, and of course in the marketing they put the MDs forward, but they have nurse practitioners. But you know what, your local clinic, your local doctor office, the odds are they'll have nurse practitioners seeing you too, and the MD will be reserved for the most important cases. Kind of the same with HIMS. If you have a complicated case, you might be referred to an MD, otherwise you'll have an NP looking at you. So that's point number one. Of course, HIMS, there's procedures that doctors do that need to be done face-to-face, in person, and those are not going to be going away. So doctors are not going to die. I want to be very clear about that. There's plenty of procedures you have to do in person. HIMS is not going after that. In fact, most doctor visits don't require in-person interaction. HIMS is going after the 80-20. It's going after the bigger share of the pie, and so you really have to hope that the doctors can live on the 20% of remaining visits that really require some sort of inspection, that require you to put some gloves on and actually look at the issue, right? Look at that rash, look at, I don't know, look at my joints, look at something, look at my mole, right? That's the one aspect that is not disrupted by HIMS. But all of the issues that HIMS addresses can be done fully online because they don't require face-to-face interaction or face-to-face procedure. Remove a wound dressing, that type of stuff. That doesn't require any of that at HIMS, and so that's why they are disrupting that. HIMS, again, innovation, monthly price. We live in a world where people are used to a monthly price. You buy a car, you buy a monthly price. You buy your entertainment, your music, your Spotify, whatever, it's a monthly price. Many of you watch this with YouTube subscription, YouTube Premium. YouTube Premium is a monthly price. So HIMS, kind of like fits into your budget. And Andrew Drudem talked about that before. He said the average out-of-pocket cost for Americans with insurance, something like $2,400. So that's what HIMS is going after. HIMS is going after these $200 a month that Americans pay out of pocket anyway, and they're thinking, well, you know what? You should give us, if you have 3 or 4 issues, maybe 5 issues to treat, you should come see us. We're going to treat your five issues, and by the way, we'll make a custom drug, and it's going to cost you like $150 to treat it with HIMS. Oh, and by the way, we don't even need your insurance. We don't want your insurance. We're cheaper than insurance because we have automated warehouses, because we make our own peptides, right? In the case of weight loss, HIMS is vertically integrated. They have fully automated stacks, vertically integrated, customizing the pills. They are a network, just like a Uber, right? They're a network, except it's not a driver. It's a network where with patients and doctors. So that's what HIMS does. HIMS also has a customer-centric approach, which is something that you find in the 21st century, right? Amazon is customer-centric. If you don't like something at Amazon, you give them a quick chat and they'll refund the product. HIMS is kind of the same way. What if the doctor, for whatever reason, can't prescribe you the medication? You don't qualify for whatever reason. Well, if you don't qualify, you don't pay. If you don't qualify, you don't pay. Try to go see your doctor for an anxiety medication, and if your doctor says, I don't want to prescribe you this, do you not pay? Do you not pay? If the doctor says, I don't want to prescribe you this, yeah, you pay. In the case of HIMS, it doesn't work like that. In the case of HIMS, if a doctor can't treat you, You don't pay. And it's a beautiful business model, if you ask me. HIMS helps the providers make quick decisions. Of course, right now it's the providers making the decision. I think it's the providers making the decision. It's going to be like that for a while for legal reasons. But it's AI ready, right? HIMS is AI ready. HIMS already has recommender systems. HIMS has millions of customers, looks at the drugs that they take, looks at the efficacy on these customers, what pills have worked, what pills have not worked, and it's AI ready, and the AI helps the provider make a quick decision so that the provider just has to take a few clicks to prescribe, right? And then the notes are written automatically, and the EMR is all updated automatically, and that's a big change. That's a big change from a doctor having to do everything from scratch. Also, HIMS avoid the ping pong issue, which is what I always talk about. Is you go see a family practitioner or a medical, your standard, internal medicine doctor or whatever, and they may not be comfortable treating you, and so they're going to refer you to the urologist or something. And then, boom, well, that's a specialist. So you paid $200 for the doctor, and now you have to pay $300 or $400. So hopefully you got that referral during your physical. Hopefully, right? HIMS compounds more and more pills into customized treatments. These customized treatments create high switching costs. If you have a customized, say a customized weight loss pill from HIMS, and you've been using it, oral pill, and one of their metformin-based pills, and they do bupropion, metformin. They put some, anyways, it's a customized weight loss pill, oral. Let's say you take that pill, you've been taking it for 6 months, you've lost the weight, you're happy, you've been losing weight. Are you going to take the risk of switching elsewhere? Because elsewhere, they're not going to have that customized metformin, bupropion, compounded single pill for you. And maybe that single pill also treats ED. Or treats something else, like hair loss, ED and hair loss, ED and heart health. They do a bunch of stuff in a customized pills. The more pills you add to someone's treatment, the less likely they are to adhere to the treatment. HIMS bundles them in an excipient. They create a one pill that is potent, that has what you need in one pill, in a single pill just for you. So instead of having to go about your day with 5 different cans of different pills that you have to take, you just have one and you remember it. So you increase patient adherence, you increase the quality of the outcomes. So I could go on about HIMS. Of course, it's a channel favorite. I've been covering this stock since it was $5. This stock I've been covering since the very early days of the channel. I'm not a seller of this stock anytime soon. I think this stock is going way higher. But HIMS is not just a digital pharmacy. And when you see these movements in the stock, the market just doesn't realize it. And so these are buy the dip of opportunities in my view. It's a good deal. It's a good day when the market throws you a bone on a nothing burger news like this, because HIMS does not compete with TrumpRX or cost plus drugs. HIMS is something entirely different. Only just a part of the market knows it. Not everybody knows that just yet, and that's your edge. That's your asymmetry. That's our asymmetry as retail investors. Anyways, this was not investment advice. This is not financial advice. This is only entertainment. I'm hoping you were entertained. Please like, please subscribe, follow me on Patreon, follow me on X. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.